ABC. It is Old Metal Rocker 65 with part 2 of the collection series featuring Tommy Bolin. Updated. I've added so much more since the last collections I did of this guy, and I can't remember what it was. It must have been 8, 9, maybe 10 years ago or longer. So, but anyway, I just did part 1, which showcased the CDs and 2 cassettes. So this is going to be all vinyl, and it'll be the last 3 or 4 are going to be a mix between CDs and cassettes. So it's part 2 of these. I still need number 3 to finish the set. So I have 2 of 3 pieces. So anyway, let's get to her here. Now we're going to start with the 7-inch, which I do have. These are put out by Nemperor Records, and these are all these are mono. You get let's see what side is this one. It doesn't say woman. And yeah, they're both the same track, Savannah Woman. Just black vinyl. One's mono and one's stereo. So white is mono and 2 is stereo. So very cool. And then I have, which this was, like I said, it's Savannah Woman, both sides. And this one is The Grind, Tommy Bolin, stereo and mono as well. So, you know, I always had a pet peeve, and I don't know if he could correct it, where it would be nice if you're looking at, reading it just like you are now, and you flip it over, and there it is right there. But sometimes you got to flip it, and then you got to flip it over and, you know, do this and hang it. But anyway, off the path. So anyway, 2 7-inch of Tommy Bolin with Savannah Woman and The Grind. And so I've been having a lot more time doing more videos, and I got another one coming up. I just haven't decided if I want to do it yet. I might, I don't know yet. And it's an older band. So anyway, let's get into the vinyl. This is an OG of the first band that Tommy Bolin was in. I've had this for years. I kept all the Tommy Bolin material before in my first set, and I sold it, but I kept a lot of this stuff. This is a Zephyr. Hope you can see that. There you go. That's probably a little better. Their first album they ever put out. This is put out by Polydor, manufactured in Canada. But this has Candy Givens, Robbie Chamberlain, David Givens, John Ferris, Tommy Bolin, as I said in number 1 with the CD, but an OG. And then I have a repress of that album as well. The debut recordings of guitar legend Tommy Bolin, limited to 500. I got the yellow vinyl. I hate my glare. Sorry guys. Getting to be almost dusk here. Or twilight. Dusk, excuse me. But anyway, so this is put out by Purple Pyramid. So Purple Pyramid does a lot of this, as well as Cleopatra, but the debut reissue. And then I have, going back to Colorado, a OG. They could have been a little more creative with their album covers, but I like their self-titled one cover better. But anyway, it's basically the same lineup. I mean, I found this. God, where did I find this? I can't even remember where I found this, and it's in really good shape. Cover hardly no ring wear at all. Maybe slightly on the back. Of course, it's on white, so you're going to get a little bit of the dirt. You'll see that, but it's not that bad. But very good. And then we have Tommy Bolin and Zephyr live. Of course, I believe this is at Arts Bar and Grill. Put out by Purple Pyramid. They just didn't add that on there. I'm almost sure that's where this was recorded. This came out in 2016, so been out for a little while. Just got all the classic Zephyr stuff. And then, let's see here. We're going to wait on this one. I'm going to move this back to right there. So then he did some jazz work with Alphonse Mouzon with Mind Transplant. This is an OG. All jazz. I mean, he does, let's see, he does carbon dioxide on this. Tommy Bolin does. He does, let's see here, nitroglycerin, fantastic track of that. And, Killer Jazz, OG. And I still have another copy. This is actually in good shape as well. The only difference is it's got a cutout here. Needs to be sleeved. This one came out, what was it, 19, oh god, I hate when they do that, but I'm positive. And then we have this as well, more jazz from Billy Cobham, Spectrum. This is the gatefold edition here. And Quadrant 4, excellent track. Let's see where. Stratus. Stratus is on here, so. And I mentioned that in part 1, where he does a live version. I think I said it was from Northern Lights back 74, maybe 75. That track, fantastic live version. Yeah. Mind Transplant. This one, let's see here. This one came out in 73. I believe that was 1970. And then more jazz. He kind of stuck with that for a little while. And he did the Energy stuff. And this is Tommy Bolin and Energy Friday. This is put out by Friday Music. It's on red vinyl. I'm not going to take them out, but see, it's probably up at the top here. But it's all jazz fusion. I'm pretty particular about jazz, even though it's Tommy Bolin. It's got to be a certain jazz for me. Like, I like more of the guitar jazz, like the Al Di Meola stuff. That's one of my favorite jazz artists. But similar. And we still have more Energy 2. I believe this one was from Record Store Day, if I'm not mistaken. One of them was. One of these Energies was a Record Store Day buy. This also put out by Friday Music. It's got Dreamer, Eyes of Blue, Miss Christmas, Sky Sail, and Guitar Solo. And then kind of moved into more of a rock direction with Moxie. I do need the best of Self-Destruction yet. If it is out on vinyl. I don't know if it is out on vinyl, but anyway. This, like I mentioned in the first video, that I'm trying to think, what the heck? It was either Earl Johnson or Buddy Kane wasn't able to do the tracks on this debut album, and Tommy Bolin happened to be in a studio next door where they were recording, and they asked him to sit in for a couple of tracks. As a result, there was kind of a not really a feud, but something down the road was said that they didn't want Tommy to do this, but they did it anyway. It's only on a few tracks, but some good stuff here. And then he also did some James Gang, Bang. Good album here. This is an OG. Killer stuff. Just good 70s hard rock, radio hard rock, you know, back in the day when it was good on the radio, you know. He played a lot of different stuff, not unlike today where they just still play the same stuff from the 70s on these classic rock radios. But anyway, I don't listen to it. But anyway, this one here, great stuff. There's videos out there of them doing a couple tracks. I think it's Standing in the Rain and Must Be Love. Must Be Love was the radio staple. But this came out, let's see, in '73 on Atlantic Records. And then they did another album, and they did James Gang Miami. Got just a tiny bad spot down here, but the vinyl is in absolutely mint condition. And a little bit different than the James Gang Bang. This has a few more softer, but still has a little bit of heaviness to it. More ballad tracks, but really good stuff. A lot of these I found when I was living in Duluth, Minnesota back in the late 70s. And then he went on to do Mark IV of this band. And it's absolutely a great album, but it gets overlooked so much. I don't know why, man. It's just a fantastic album. Great guitar work. And I'm talking about Deep Purple, Come Taste the Band. One of my favorite tracks is Coming Home, Lady Luck. You know, I mean, this is an OG and come out in '75. You know, I mean, classic. Great Deep Purple. One you don't hear enough about. And then, of course, not really, they say, not really an official release. And this is an OG. I bought it when it first came out in I was in a record store downtown Duluth. I think it was called The Last Place on Earth. And I was going through a bunch of, this was actually on an import, in the import sections. And I picked up the last concert in Japan from Deep Purple. Hard to come up, well, you can still get it. Not sure what prices are, you know, whether, I don't know how beat up they are, but excellent shape. Killer album. And then there is this as well. which is part of this series. I'm trying to think of the series. It was put out by Your Music, but and I don't think I've ever seen anybody show this. Maybe one person, I can't remember where though, show this particular cover. I bought these a number of years back. Of course, this is the only one of the edition that has Tommy Bolin with it and Deep Purple. And this one here is, what is it? Long Beach, 1976. Bolin, Coverdale, Hughes, Lord, Pace. You can still buy these. But fantastic live sets. You know, great stuff. And then we're getting into the solo stuff now on vinyl. I have 2 copies of this. And this one here is, oh, hang on, let me do this. I'm kind of out of a sequence. There we go. But I have the debut, both this teaser album, which is not bad shape. Covered, I mean, it's in pretty decent shape. And but this was my introduction to Tommy Bolin right here. I mean, I heard the James Gang stuff on radio, but didn't know Tommy Bolin was there until later on when, you know, when I fell in love with his style, you know, and been following him ever since. So his first one. Now this one here, I'm going to show you both. But one is a little bit, it's probably just faded, but I have 2 copies of the OG here. You know, so. And then I have the remaster, the 2024 remaster. I got this here about, God, I want to say 4 months ago, 5 months ago. I mean, the cover's really close to the original. So is the back. Let's see what this is put out. I think this is put out by this is put out by Cleopatra. And both of those companies, I think, are part of the same ownership. So just different label names. But nice, nice color there. Now, album 2 in the solos for Tommy. I got 2 right here. Number 2. This is a store original. And then I have a demo. Definitely different insides. But, so I have the regular version and I have the demo version. So as far as I know, I don't think there ever was a demo version of Teaser. As far as I know, there could be, but unless I'm missing it, I have never seen one. So now we're going to get into a mishmash of, like, the first video where I showcased a lot of the Tommy Bolin archives. Well, these are some of them that were in the archive set that have since been released on vinyl, which is very good. And predominantly 2 companies are doing, like I said, either Cleopatra or Purple Pyramid. And of course I have Tommy Bolin Live at Northern Lights. Put out, Friday Music also does it too. But not as frequent. I should have mentioned that as well. But so I have that one there. And number 2, different colors. I wish they would have labeled these colors, but they did on these. But album number 2. So, right. Notes on the back. Johnny has a little write-up about his brother and stuff. So, of course, like I mentioned, I should have mentioned earlier, and if those who missed the first video, that Tommy died on December 4th, 1976 of a heroin overdose. And his music's been coming out ever since after that. But his brother just recently died, Johnny Bolin. May both of you rest in peace, guys. You guys put out some killer music. And anyway, Johnny was part of Black Oak. He drummed for Black Oak for many years. And also, in his early days, he was in a band called DVC. And I mentioned that in the first one as well. Definitely go check them out. I should have grabbed that, actually. But anyway, number 2. And then we have Tommy Bolin Band, live 9/1976. Put out by Friday Music as well. On red vinyl. You know, when it comes to me putting in these into new outer covers, I'm pretty particular how I put them in there. Now, for instance, these are vinyl storage solution outer sleeves, the best around. And anyway, it's 2 pockets, one for the cover and one for the vinyl. So anyway, when I put the vinyl, I make sure, I always do it this way. I'm anal about that. Not all of them are like that, because they were done years ago, but every album has to be right, the right way. So call me anal, but that's the way it is. Good stuff live. And then we have this picture disc, which I just sent one to Scott Waters here. This is live at Ebbets Field, May 13th, 1976, and this is a picture disc. It comes in this flimsy, or not really thick, outer sleeve. I don't like them. They tear, and they really get abused, and they eventually over time you can't really see in them. So I use, like I said, I use these vinyl storage solutions, and then I put a hard cover in there just to protect it a little better. But I still leave this cover on the outside. This is the cover. So, but yeah, good stuff there. And then we have Tommy Bolin, Come Taste the Man on vinyl. Put out by Friday. So I guess I was wrong. Friday did put out quite a bit of these. I just don't... I remember the newer stuff has been put out by a different label, but again, how I put my album in the back, gotta be the right side up, or it ain't going in that way. And then we got Tommy Bolin Whirlwind double purple vinyl, and I know this is put out by Purple Pyramid on vinyl. Killer stuff. You got to be a real hard and heavy fanatic to buy all this, right? But I'm a fanatic with a lot of bands, and I do have a lot of the everything. I did a Haunt video here a number of years back, which I should probably redo again because I've added so much after. But anyway, if you're a fan and you follow the band, you buy it. And then we have 2 of these. I think Steve sent me one, in fact. And on the VC. But I believe he sent me this one. I had this one. He sent me the white. I had this one. Or did I? I had the white version of this, Shake the Devil, The Lost Sessions. And he sent me, and it was already sent before I knew I had this. And I got the red edition as well, so he sent me this one, which is cool. Put out by Cleopatra Records in 2021. And then we have Tommy Bolin and Friends, Great Gypsy Soul. Put out by Ear Music. 4 labels actually are putting out Bolin material. Cashing in. And then we have, excuse me, Tommy Bolin Lives. I know there was a couple of releases that were Black Friday or Record Store Day releases a number of years back. I don't do Record Store Day anymore. I'm just too old to be standing in line and waiting and waiting and waiting, and you know, a lot of what I see today I don't really. It's not a lot out there I want from these last couple of years. There's some that I have gotten though, but anyway, back to Tommy Bolin. Tommy Bolin Lives. It's on gold vinyl. And then we have Tommy Bolin, Savannah Woman Demos and Jam Sessions. Put out by Purple Pyramid. This was put out quite a while back, 2009. Only 200 are out there. I don't think this has ever been re-released that I know of. But it has the old Purple Pyramid label here. PP. Back-to-back P's. So. And then we have a box set of Tommy Bolin Teaser, the 40th anniversary set. 3 LPs, double live CD, and a 12-inch art book. Limited edition. Still sealed. A lot of what these are in here, I have them on other CDs, and you know, it's just one of them things that they, you know, I'm sure a lot of the others that are collectors are like that too sometimes. But I think I got this off of Amazon a number of years back. This one came out, yeah, 2015. Actually, it's put out by UDR GmbH label. Nice box set though. Killer. And now I have a mix match here of CDs and cassettes, but I'm going to show you this one first. I had this one when this first came out. It does have a little bit of wear, not overly bad. And but I have this Tommy Bolin, the Ultimate set. When it came out, it was put out by Geffen Records back in let's see, what was it? 1989. I bought this at what the heck was the place? It was over in Moorhead, South Moorhead, along the interstate. I think it was Best Buy. I think Best Buy, or their first place ever, was over there in that little mall just off of A Street there to the east. You just take the exit off of there on 8th and you're right there. So, and this is where I bought this. I think at the time, I think it was like 20 bucks. But nice back. And this is the CD edition. This has the booklet. Hell of a booklet. I mean, it has all this middle page. It tells you all the albums he was in on studios in this middle section here. And for the longest time, I just hid this away. I never put it out there. It wasn't until many years ago I started to display more. But these are the CDs, you know, and I always had these in my Tommy Bolin collection on my CD racks. I decided to put them back in there, and it'll go up on my where my other box sets are, but this is the CD section, or the CD set. And for years and years and years I had this, and I was really, I knew there was another format out there. I know there was a vinyl version, which is, you can still get it. It is a bit pricey. I think sooner or later I will probably get it, just because I want it, I need it. But anyway, this is, like it says, 2 compact disc retrospective featuring rare text and photographs. So a lot of good stuff, informative stuff in this set. So about a month back, I was in the Tommy Bolin site again on Discogs and looking through stuff, and I came across, I forgot, I didn't even know these were out. The vinyl set, yes, I knew the vinyl set was released about the same time as the CD set, but I did not know that this was out there as well. Well, it's another box set. You know, it's the same backside. This one has a not bad wear. You know, I mean, you can see the difference. This is the one I've had for years. You can see it's got damage up at the top here, and this one's got a little bit of damage over in this corner. But I mean, in all, it's still, they're still in pretty good shape. So I bought this searching, and this was in the U.S. A lot of these are, you got to go overseas to get them. These are found in the U.S. Well, it has the booklet as well. And of course, you know, but these are the cassettes, and these are sealed, still sealed. They've never been opened, which is awesome. And I didn't pay a whole lot for these. I think I paid, what was it? I think I actually made a bid, make an offer, and he took the offer. I think it was, he had them for 25 and I offered him 22, and he took it. So decent price. It was shipped in a box, protected very nicely, and I was happy. Very good. In addition, I seen this one as well, and they're both about the same price, and I bought it. This one is, when it was for sale, the sale price was $17.99 at Peanuts, wherever Peanuts was. Anyway, it's another box set, unopened, sealed, never opened. Why open it? I mean, crazy. So like I say, I'm missing the vinyl set. And the demos. Yes, there were demo sets out there, and here they are. It's like, I mean, they're like pristine. It's like they've never been played. And so, yeah, both 1 and 2, just like the box sets I showed you, both cassettes, the same track listing. These were demos, demo copies. You know, A, B, C, and D. So, yeah, crazy. And I went back. I was gonna look for another set for a friend of mine. Can't find them anymore. They're gone. So I got lucky, and I didn't pay overly for these either. These were a little bit more than the box set, since these were demos. And I think these were probably $30, I think, when with shipping. You know, $15 a piece for these being demos. I mean, well worth it in my opinion. You know, others may not agree, but I can't go wrong. I mean, so yeah. So anyway, guys, that is the updated videos of my Tommy Bolin collection. the ultimate collection. Always adding stuff. Anybody ever finds a vinyl set for a decent price, pick it up for me and I will buy it. So anyway, I'll see you next time. Hopefully another collections video coming up here, probably another month maybe. But anyway, we'll see you next time, and take it easy guys, and keep it loud.